Let's get into it, huh? Got a new game? Something new to play? Should be pretty fun. Looks challenging. Feels challenging. I have played a little bit of it, just 5 minutes of it. In this game, you're like some kind of like cyberpunk kid that's grown up, as a cog in the machine, so to speak, or quite literally, and you're trying to ascend, and you're trying to. It seems pretty cool. With the game, The Ascent of the Strap. Oops, picked the wrong picture. Stream graphics. Save. It looks delicious. Lunchtime in Malaysia. Satay. It looks really good. Shit is crazy. Man, a gym is not a place to fight. There's too much fucking heavy equipment. This shit's stupid. Why don't you just pick up a fucking bar and just bash the other dude with it? Both of them acting like they're in the fucking MMA. These knee strikes are weak as hell. Oh, it's just sad. Watching two dudes fucking doing this stupid shit. Are you guys ready? You guys ready to see it? Have we brought all the boys to the yard? My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Is that how it goes? We've signed. Is that Nolan Ryan? My last center moving? Yes. Next week. Season reset, Bravo season now, new guess. I need to be up with the kids early, or I got hit with a strong cold, 104 fevers. Jesus Christ, get well soon, right? Seems like Frederick's gonna be out of commission. Alright, here we go. Let's get back into it. Huh? Watch now with 2 viewers. Lucky me. Alright. So this is the single player. We're gonna go new game. New game. New game, and then it prompted me to do the old game. Anyways, we got all the settings on Ultra. We got our DLSS hooked up, balanced, and screen shake. It's a twin stick shooter, so it needs a new controller. Yeah, what's up, Crusher? Just kind of running through it. I've recycled thousands of hopefuls to make planetfall on Velas. Most pay the hefty price of passage by contracting their lives to the corporations as indentured laborers called indents. Slaves, in all but name. Welcome to Progress. You are an indent with the Ascent Group, the largest corporation in Bellis. Stuck in the deep dank bowels of their massive archaeology, you do the menial job, waiting for an opportunity to progress higher, counting off the cycles to the end of your contract or an early death, whatever comes first. Hey, how'd your playthrough go? It came out in August. I hadn't heard of it before either. I was at the bar with a buddy and he told me about it. Bellis welcomed you with a hard kick to the groin, like it does everyone. But you're not down for the count just yet. Plays a male. There's the face. Be kind of cool to have like more stuff to pick from. Light in the dark. I feel like this face paint is supposed to go with it. Like that's all supposed to go with it. Main color, worn off white. That's kind of cool. Support color. We'll go electric salmon. Pop pattern. Not green tooth. Sleazy. Yeah, it's kind of like sleazy. Hairstyle, I like the pony tall. Yeah, it's really cool looking. Hair color, I like clean white. And then weapon skin, we've just been going with glitch red, but I kind of like glitch green. There's a blue digital one too. Just gonna go with that. Finish creating the trick, yes. So, twin shooter. I can do this all day long. In fact, it's probably encouraged because this tells you, this kind of teaches you to always be using that.
Tasks. Locate WMD control room. Interface with WMD SI. Diagnose cause of error.
Everything is dysfunctional and broken at the same time as always. The soups are doing their job, applying scraps and welding to their little silicone parts of tent. And I still don't really get what the working monos are up to this point. All in a day's work. Signed, Byron.
Showering in manure. I want this fixed. Get it done before end of cycle and I'll throw in a juicy bonus.
You hear that? They give us that juicy bonus. Oh, I can pause it. I can pause it pretty well. It has couch co-op and it also has regular co-op as well. You can just A right through there, or you can hold down B and crawl underneath it. Hit up on the D-pad like that and it'll tell you where you're going. Something else over here. And crouch is like a toggle thing, so. Acquire more map segments as you reach new zones. Your imp will automatically survey and download the relevant maps for the current zone and store them in your journal. I need to change those guinea pigs shit tomorrow. Journal tab missions. Da, 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 da. Equip augmentations and modules at any time, but be mindful. Huh. I don't have any. Equip armor. I think we have armor and loadout. Let's talk about what weapons we have. Codex. We don't need. It doesn't need to be a thing that says what it is. So there's a way to like aim high. I think that's kind of interesting. But it doesn't really talk about it. It says aim high by holding right trigger to shoot over small enemies and obstacles. You also inflict stagger while lifting your gun. It goes into all these topics, which I mean they all make sense, and you know, I was like clicking on each one, but use all the factions. It's a lot of factions. Use all the species. Here's all the manufacturers. Oh, just one. There's all the locations. Here's the lore so far. Here's the BIOS. Here's all the skill sets, bounties, cyberdeck. That's pretty cool, dude. Not gonna lie. Voice acting is not bad too.
They finally sent backup. Guess the problem must have reached the stack tops, or Boom would have left me here to be scavenged for orcs. I'm Trummer. Hope you came
Hey,
home.
Trubber. Howdy, Trubber.
SI's locked itself into a recursive void loop. Whatever caused it's beyond that door, together with a whole lot of ferals who came out of nowhere. Took a fat bite out of my thigh. Was all I could do to crawl in here and put the room in lockdown. You'll help out, right? They didn't tell you I was already down here. Pooh, that dirty fucking Jacqueline. Yeah, those ferals mean business. Almost got me. Don't go in there unless you're packing. Yeah, something caused the SI to implode. There's been some strange power surges down here in the deep stink lately. So it might be related. But I don't know. Answers beyond that door. SI's the sentient intelligence operating this here ultra-complex machinery. Now, we're talking the most basic forms of sentience. It's not an AGI. Larger in the suits down here. And hungry, too. Way back's clear now, right? Right. I'm gonna hobble back upstairs, find cheap soup poon, and, well, do nothing, I guess. I've lifted the lockdown. Good luck.
Fuck me, you were right. I shouldn't have fallen for it. A new life, get a job with the Ascent Group, the trip to Velis and everything set up. All I have to do is work the debt as an indent. Got here, got a job. I guess you could call what I have a home, but it's nothing like ads. I live in a dump run by a maniac, and I work in a place worse than that. Gotta take more than the rest of my life to pay that off. The silver lining is that everyone here is in it together. In some fucked up way, we're making it work. I found some good people, better than the folks back home. Let's talk soon on Hollow, okay? Give me that shit.
You'll help out, right?
Fuck you.
Once you're back down.
Yeah. I want that. I want that thing that I just bought that's on the fucking ground. Damn it. God damn it. We're supposed to go that way. So guess what? We're gonna go that way. Well, that was cool. Talks about hacking, and talks about your cyber deck, and talks about upgrades to that. We hacked it. Now we're gonna authorize ourselves. Talks about how to shoot and reload. So we're definitely still in the tutorial part here. Bit of target practice. I think the gun sounds a little bit too loud. What do you guys think? Yeah, the gun sound is a little bit too loud, isn't it? Well, the music can stay up. Dialogue can stay up. Cinematic can stay up. Audio mode. Headphones, baby. Felt like a dog. That's quite a bit lower. You see that kind of shit, you want to just like it does a good job of hack that shit, dude. So we can't get out that way, and it's more than likely we can't get out that way because that's the way that you come back after you finish the mission, so. I was being really stubborn there. I was being really stubborn there. I shouldn't have been so fucking stubborn. Health picked up. Alright, X reloads. What's this over here? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Pretty cool graphics and look to the game for sure.
Diagnosing. Done.
Current repair protocols invalid.
Readings erratic. Energy fluctuations affecting WMD system. Exact cause unknown. SI offline as protective measure. Current repair protocols invalid. End report.
This is Boone. We're waiting around in feces up here, and you sending reports about erratic energy fluctuations? You have one job. Get it done. I've uploaded the SI access override codes. Don't ping me again until it's done.
Heard?
Unit system access code downloaded. Installing. Done. Revising work order task list. Done. Tasks. Replace external interface circuitry. Purge memory banks. Reset default. End.
It's actually kind of giving me like kind of good XCOM-y sort of vibes, you know? I don't know why. I don't know why it's XCOM and not something else, but I kind of like the missions and the tone. Oh, the tone and the writing of the missions. Sorry about that. Kind of digging that. Oh, oh. Get the fuck out of here. How low? Wow, we're pretty fucking low on health. How do we use? I mean, we're a hurting unit right now. Do not have much health left.
Interface circuitry replaced.
This pistol sounds pretty dull. Nothing. I heard that dude moving around, and I was a little concerned for myself. I can't let him touch me again. One more time and I'm fucking dead. There's gotta be goddamn health. Are those all just Ukrads? Like, what the fuck? I thought somebody would pay me some salvage money of some kind. Neutrals.
Killing me make me feel better.
New weapon. Got some supervisor shit.
Memory purge initiated. Purge complete. Resetting to defaults. Done. SI ready for reboot.
Reboot the SI, baby. Wants us to go that way. Investigate this guy. I'll take up. Nice. We got full health now. Alright, so now we also got a different weapon as well. And we got, I think, armor to load out. We've got a supervisor's hat. Sure. That looks cool. Torso, nothing. Legs, nothing. Loadout, primary, secondary, tactical. Trying to figure out how to switch guns. Y switches guns. Y. Just tapping Y. This is where I was earlier when I died, I think. This is where I was when I was getting chased by those duders earlier. So I already wiped out that area, basically. We looked at that. Whoa. Easy, killer. Oops. Why can't I pick that up and store it? Like, I've got free inventory slots. This game really does not want you to have a lot of health packs. First impressions, it reminds me a lot of Hellsing, and not that that's a bad thing. That game was a lot of fun. I just really didn't get into the environment of Hellsing. Like, vampires and stuff are cool, but you know, they kind of get old after a while. I think we're done. I think the SI is good. I think we've unlocked everything. Want that?
You fixed the problem. Good. Now, just reboot the damn thing.
Fix the
Let's call it
problem.
a day.
Good.
The SI interface terminals past that hollow door across the room. I've recovered enough to hobble out of here. Thanks, mate. Let's have a drink when you get back upstairs. I'll be at the Punk Bladder.
So for whatever reason, that dialogue seems to follow the same level that the sound effects follow. I mean, dialogues are supposed to be 100. Cinematics supposed to be 100. What's the indent mode? Headphones definitely sounds the best. So we're gonna go right. Door here. We're good. We have been authorized. 22 more U-creds picked up. Street hat headset.
SI initializing. Done.
Well, that's pretty cool. AI, or artificial intelligence, duh, is a collective name given to a slew of... like, who that's reading a fucking cyberpunk or playing a cyberpunk game doesn't understand what an AI is? I think at this point, it's like we're just filling space, like, with that kind of... I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe people do need to be reminded what an AI stands for. The more powerful and autonomous systems are called SI, sentient intelligence. It should be noted that none of these solutions is truly sentient. Why do I think that's a bullshit lie? Why do I think that's fucking BS? My man, Blivak, good to hear from you. You've been on fire on the Twitter lately. Jesus Christ, man. What's going on? You've been working a lot close to home or something? Like, what's that? Or you've been traveling a lot? Yeah, you've been traveling a lot. 144.9. I think I posted my latest time in the endurance team challenge. Pretty cool. This game is co-op on the internet, co-op on the couch. It's got a cyberpunk sort of vibe to it. It's kind of cool. You start off as like an indentured servitude, and you're like trying to work your way up. Olata. There are a few things that Habnet don't make, be it protein printers, noodle cookers, triple toasters, or an assortment of home defense equipment. Targeting the regular Habbers out there, Habnet prioritizes affordability. There are a few Habs in the lower levels habitats that don't have a Habnet gun tucked away in a compartment somewhere. Whether or not it'll work when needed is a different question. Seems like the street headset's probably the best thing to be carrying. Are you am I on Discord? I can be. You want to chat? Chit chat?
Reboot complete. SI operating at full capacity. System report. WMD system operational. Waste disposal fully functional. Report sent.
The pipes were backed up, and I had to empty them out.
But you know how it is. Revenue is below targets. Quotas haven't been met. My hands are tied. Yada yada. Take your pick. Now get back here. There's a lift in East Stack that's acting up. Almost forgot. If you run into a work Shylar kid named Trummer down there, you can tell that slackhead he's on the eternal shit list. Boo now.
Boone kind of sounds mean.
So, Chief.
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Sorry, just
6:30.
Just getting out of bed.
6:30 in the morning over there.
Yeah. So what time is it now? It's just gone 20 past 7 a.m.
7. Okay, 6 hours in the morning. Okay.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? You were saying about blowing up on Twitter lately.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Bro, you know what? Yeah. I've been. Sorry, my phone just dropped it. I've been kind of like trying to experience all these different social media platforms.
Yeah.
Right. So I've been on Facebook. I've been on Instagram. I've been on what's the other one now?
Mastodon.
Facebook, Instagram. Gosh, why can I forget these? There's another popular one. Reddit, and the forums as well. Just trying to find something something that suits.
You looking for your tribe?
Yeah, something that suits my style. Now, I know this is a very weird sort of generalization, but this is just my opinion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me, Facebook is like, hey, look at me, I'm the happiest person alive. Right? I'm happy every day, 24/7. I'm in such a good mood. I'm thinking,
That's true.
Fuck that shit. That doesn't happen, man. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like
right?
Instagram's much the same as that, yeah.
I'm coming to Instagram. For me, Instagram is, right? Instagram is, hey, look at me. I've got so much money. I'm fucking loaded.
But see,
you know what I mean?
So, all right. So Facebook is I'm happy and I'm content and I'm humble. And then Instagram is like I'm loaded and I'm affluent and...
Yeah.
Right.
I've got all these things. I'm just fly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you've got TikTok. TikTok is, hey, look at me. I do stupid shit all day long.
I've got a personality, yeah?
Do you know what I mean?
But it's the same personality on TikTok. Like every TikTok I watch, it seems like it's That's one of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
6 personalities.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying this is how I view it. I'm not saying
Yeah, no,
it's absolute.
we're stereotyping, generalizing. I
Yeah,
get that.
yeah,
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 kind of. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that sort of thing. And then I come on Twitter and I find there's a bit of a balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, you've got Elon Musk on Twitter. You won't find him on Facebook, TikTok, or Instagram. You know, so the caliber of people that use Twitter is completely different. You know, you've got someone like Dr. What's his name? Dr. Peterson. You know, Joe Rogan.
You know what? Even that
Joe Rogan.
Ngozi, you posted about Ngozi earlier, right?
Yeah.
So like even she like, you know, has a state dinner that she goes to at Buckingham, and you know, she's got this, you know what I mean? And then you fucking come up on that like that. I thought that was such a great interaction. Like she's not gonna respond to it or anything, but she might have read it, you know?
She might have read it, but I'll be honest with you, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I get asked that question all the fucking time.
And so's my wife, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, I do know what you mean. I don't get asked that question, but my wife does.
you know what I mean? But, and not even in the slightest have I thought, you know what, this person could be. But the thing is, have you read the exchange between these two women?
Yeah, I did. I've read that. I went down the rabbit hole. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now, when you read that exchange, you can see that this lady Hossie is just trying to. I honestly believe she was just curious, as in, okay, yeah, okay, right, okay, you've told me that. So, but where you from? You know, it's like someone would ask me, oh, where are you from? I said, I'm from Manchester, and they go, no, where are you really from? I'm Nigerian. End of story.
Right.
You know, but
Yeah.
when she starts going on about, I don't know, they didn't leave any records. I'm thinking, fuck you now.
I totally got it, man. Like it
I was like,
other
what?
people picked up on it too.
I went, what the hell? I mean, does he have to go that far?
Yeah, no, that's the point. They do want to take it that far. They absolutely
Exactly.
do.
So oh man.
And then
I
they
read
act
that
like they
exchange.
don't, and then they act like they
I
don't.
can
It's
say
like
exactly what-
that's where the authenticity ends, right?
Oh man. It's just sad. It's just sad. And I just thought, by the second question, you should exactly know. I mean, she's 50 odd years old. You know exactly where they're coming from.
And what generation that
you know,
person's
my
from.
dad's Caribbean, my mom's Nigerian, or whatever you want to say,
Yeah.
you know. But be proud of it.
Yeah, that woman was born in a generation where the colonies were still a thing. Yeah,
Could be.
you know, it was certainly
It could
before.
be.
It was certainly before the. I don't know what you guys called that, where you guys pulled people back in from the Caribbean.
Independence.
There's like
Independence,
a
Natives
term
independence, or-
because you guys sent them back. Remember, you guys like there's like a bunch of people that you sent back to the Caribbean.
Oh, the Windrush.
Yeah, that's it. The Windrushers.
The
Yeah,
Windrush.
That's what I'm
Yeah. She might have been affected by that, you know.
right.
Yeah, I won't be surprised, but
Fucking hell, right? You know, it's just like, can we just have a fucking conversation?
whatever happened, right? Lady Hossie touched a nerve. She touched a nerve, as in a really, really. She got triggered, man. That Ngozi woman, man. But yeah, that exchange was hilarious, bro.
That was funny,
Just-
man. And that's but those are the interactions that are so authentic, right? That's the kind of the word that we could go back to.
Yeah. I can't look. I'm African, and I can bet my life that woman just wanted trouble. You know, this whole story about being racist and all that. I just think it.
So do you
It
think
wasn't caught.
do you think that's like a generational thing? Because I see that like in my father-in-law, I see that, and then in his daughter, I kind of see the opposite. You know, I kind of see more like the Ngozi approach, right? Like I understand what you're saying, and that sounds like my father-in-law in a lot of ways. And then like the way that she reacted to that whole interaction, It almost seemed like she was looking for something to be offended about, you know?
Yes. It's she did egg Lady Hossey on. She did egg her on a little bit there, you know, with the very cold sounding responses. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not surprised. This whole council culture, man. They just look for anything to end you, to ostracize you quickly.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. To make you into
Quickly.
a stereotype, make you into something that's
Exactly. And you might be right though. You might be right. You know, Lady Hossey, she's in her 80s. You know,
right.
Ngozi is in her 60s. You know, so they come from a completely different generation, and maybe you can just sense that that friction. You know, it's still there. There's still something. You know, there's a message underneath. You know, subliminal message there. You know.
I didn't know
there
she
could
was 60.
be. There could be. I didn't think of it that way. Till
I
you
didn't think
mentioned
she
it,
was
you know.
60. I didn't think she was 60. Lady Hossey definitely seemed like she was... Like she knew... Like they both seemed very aware of the game that one another were playing, you know?
You think so? Well, think of it this way.
What's
right?
funny?
Think of it this way.
What's funny is Ngozi was very honest about what was said. Like she didn't hold back that she was being obtuse. You know.
Mm.
You know, she didn't. She was like she was so obtuse and because you knew what she was saying. She knew what Lady Hossey was saying from the beginning, right? I mean.
You know, it could very well be they were just dancing, you know.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
and she was trying to, you know, the Lady Hossey was like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. You keep playing the game.
But I'm gonna keep being polite and asking questions.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Yeah, exactly.
It's like that to me is like such a British fucking exchange. Like what would happen in the States, right? Is you like I mean this is among peasants, but not finer people. But yeah, you just be like, come the fuck on, man. What are you on about, you know?
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. Yeah, but you know, but the way Ngozi is dressed, you know, also, you know, sparked someone's curiosity. You know, she said, you know, and there was an incident before that happened. Apparently, Ngozi said that someone else came round to her and moved her hair to see a name tag.
I saw that.
Right, and I'm thinking, whoa, you know what's going on? You just touching someone's hair and that. I mean, she had dreadlocks.
That's
you know, that's
up.
like, whoa, it's like
no, that's invading somebody's personal space. I thought that was fucked up. When I read
you
that
know,
part, I was like, what?
So I mean that would be a good setup, you know, for this sort of thing to happen, because already, you know, there's some, you know, some friction there already.
Invasion of privacy, yeah.
Invasion of a space, yes. Yeah. I think that a bit of invasion of a space
right.
there, but
that's right.
You know, but I think a lot of it is like we have power over our choices, right? And we should exercise making good judgment as much as we can. I'm not claiming to be the best at doing this. I let my handle fly sometimes. Do you know what I mean? But it's something that I'm conscious about. Life is about choices. We make choices, and whatever choice you choose, you've got to be ready to handle the outcome, good or bad.
Yeah,
you know?
what you saw, yeah.
Yeah, that sort of thing. So, you know, could she have just avoided that exchange? Hell yeah. But by the second question, she goes, "Oh yeah, I'm Caribbean. My dad's Caribbean. My dad's Nigerian, or my dad's Nigerian. My mom's Caribbean, and that's where we come from. All right, yeah, it's cool. You know, it would have ended there. You know, but yeah, it might have had something to do with the Windrush as well. You know, maybe Ngozi was affected by that, but I don't see Ngozi Fulani are both Nigerian sort of like names. I've only just read that
Well,
she's got a
okay.
third name, which is Headley.
Okay, so let me ask you this question then. So, does it seem like she comes off as, because she's so evasive about it, does it come off being Nigerian? Do you think that it comes off as she isn't necessarily so proud of her Nigerian heritage that she didn't like immediately go to it?
Well, she has both names she uses are
I saw the
the
breakdown on the etymology. You like talked about the tribe and
yeah. I mean,
right.
they are Nigerian. So if she's bearing names that are indigenous to Nigeria, then
Right.
I don't think it's anything to do with not being proud of being Nigerian, right? Maybe it's being proud, not being proud of being Caribbean,
But see
because
that, but she immediately.
because because
Oh, I see
because
what you're saying. Yeah, that isn't
because
what she led
I
with.
found her middle name is Headley. Headley is not. You won't find Headley in Nigeria. I can tell you that. You know what I mean? So you can see,
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
you know. So either way, Lady Austin struck a nerve there, man. Honestly, and Ngozi wasn't ready to play games. She was ready for war, man. Ready for war, and this is
Multiple failure
I
reports.
just think this world is just going too far left now, to be honest.
Oh, I disagree. I think it is how it always has been.
You reckon?
This is the eternal struggle that our forefathers have been through, and I think that for the most part, not not by any means the absolute, reason has won out, and I feel like it's just the eternal struggle that we're locked into between our lizard brains and our logical brains. And the hard part, right, is these people that procreate. Me speaking with 3 kids. These people that procreate aren't always necessarily the brightest and best, yeah.
There is, if you there is a research that's been done with regards to schools.
Yeah.
Children spend a lot of time in school. And it's almost as though the teachers, with their hands tied, have to then take on the role of a parent somehow, because
Right.
the parents out there working long hours, for the table roof over the head, kids in school, tuition fees and all that, and it's as though parents tend to spend less time with the children. So there's a lot of things being taught in schools, especially when they get to college, university, and stuff like that. There's some research coming out now that just says, what, there's a lot of wokeness going on.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Oh, yeah. So
The thing
I
that
think
scared.
parents need to take a different approach now, as to they need to know what the school's doing.
I've got to step away and get a cider for myself, because I definitely need
Yeah,
another
yeah.
cider for this conversation. Um, but
Just refuel those brain cells.
but I'll come back. Yes, I have to create new ones. I was gonna say something completely different when I came back, but I decided better of it. And I think that's my point actually is similar to what you're saying, the having to think better of it. You know, the weakness than wokeness, which is that you can't, you know, just have a stream of consciousness and then also have a conversation afterwards and say, yeah, you're right, I'm kind of just full of shit and just kind of pontificating and I don't really know what I'm talking about. And that to be totally okay, like to be forgiven,
of course it is.
you know, just to move past that and be like, but to have that admission of, I don't know if it's guilt, but it's like honesty of, you know, where you're at with things. I don't know. So as a parent though, what I was going to say before I rethought it was, I think like it's the idea that you're going to make a decision for your kid that's like eternal, right? That's like going to affect them for the rest of their lives, and that decision might be the wrong decision to make, right? And maybe not necessarily you and your kid, but maybe, you know, somebody else that you see, like a thing like gender, you know, that like you're going to make a decision for your kid about their gender identity that's going to affect them for the rest of life, and when they're not really in a, you know, an age to make that decision.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing. That's something that strikes a nerve. I think that's really like primal. You know, it's like really the heart of everything.
I don't think it should even be
A conversation.
Yeah, I don't think that should be taught in school. You know, all that stuff. It's just too young. I mean, I grew up in Nigeria, right? I was born in the UK, but my parents left for Nigeria. So I did all my school years, my young kindergarten, primary, secondary, part of my university in Nigeria, right? I didn't return to the UK till I was about 19. Bro, I'll lie you not, I didn't know that gay people existed. I didn't know till I got here. I was like, what the fuck? Right? What is this? You know, but I've not been exposed to it. It didn't mean that I wasn't capable of understanding them at that age. But I didn't grow up thinking like that.
Yep.
When you choose to teach a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old about, you know, gender,
right?
You expose them to these things way too early.
So there's that side of it, right? There's that side of it, what it you know, the effect on the child and that sort of thing. But then there's also the side of it, in my opinion, that it's like how selfish that is for you to like push that, you know what I mean? To like project that, right, is the word I'm thinking of, to project that onto your offspring.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times that's what it is. Like, at least here in America, I think a lot of times it's like a projection of the parent more than it is like. And it's, as parents, that's something that you always have to be conscious of, right? Is like, am I projecting like my upbringing and my experiences as a child onto my kid? And because that can be good and bad, right? Like I loved going and fishing with my one of my fathers, but you know, there's other things like when I was in junior high, he brought strippers back to the hotel room. One of my other dad did. So, yeah, right? Exactly. It's like, what the fucking hell, you know? And that doesn't have anything to do other than like my one dad just loved to fucking go fishing, right? That was his fucking jam, and he wanted to share that with me. And then my other dad was like, I just really fucking love hanging out with chicks, and I want to share that with you. And it's just they're both projections, and they're both things that you have to be like really conscious of as a parent. Like, is this healthy for my kid or not? You know. And I know I'm picking two extremes to show like two completely, you know, different sides of the coin.
Yeah, we do kids are like sponges. They pick up a lot of things from parents. Some are just down to your DNA, your temperaments, those sort of things, And then you've got habits which they pick up from watching you do things. So it's the combination of those things. But yeah, I think that children should be shielded from this sort of thing. Don't corrupt their mind that early.
Exactly.
I don't think it's fair. I really don't think it's fair that they should be exposed to these sort of things at that age. Because their brains are still curious and learning, and they're not at that stage where they can make decisions for themselves that will, make them responsible or have an impact on their lives. You're still under your parent who makes certain, those decisions for you. So, this wokeness, man, we need to be careful, bro.
It is.
It's what is going.
It's it's really like the judgmentalness of it, right? Like the wokeness is definitely a buzzword, but like how judgmental people can be. Like I remember I wore dresses when I was like a kid, right? And it was just me. Like there was a girl that lived there, and she was like, "Let's play dress up," and I was like, I don't really want to do that, but I just really want to like hang out with you and play with you. Yeah. So like, all right, I'll play dress up with you. And like, she put fucking lipstick on my ass and all this crazy shit, right? And then her mom's boyfriend came home and was like, what the fuck is going on? Like all this weird shit started happening. And, and it's just like, is that traumatic for me? Yeah, kind of. But I mean, at the same time, like, you know what I mean? It's like, does that mean that I'm something that I'm, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just, it's kind of nutty. It's like, what does that really mean? And who is it to judge?
As a child, play. What does that really mean?
Does that put me in like some, file or something? So I don't know.
Look at I think it's in Tehran. Where you can't be gay,
right?
But you can be transgender. So if you're gay, you get punished. But if you come out as trans, you're completely fine. You've got rights and you've got support from the government.
Really?
Yeah. Check it up, Tehran or Iran. It's one of them. It's something Ran. And I can't remember. But yeah, you can't be gay. But you're allowed to be trans.
So so then you hear all this shit about tolerance, right? Then you hear all this like, oh, we just need to be tolerant. And it's like, well, can we just all just fucking be people and just be okay with it, and just be okay with the human condition? The human condition of maybe sometimes I just want to like blow up creatures.
It just feels like there's a lot of tyranny in these movements.
There really is. There really is.
I mean, it's wanting to force people to identify you.
Right.
Check this one out, right? Check this one out. In Scotland, Edinburgh.
Oh, I read about this. You were posting about
this.
I read this shit. So go ahead. let the viewers know.
So now, if you want it, they're trying to put this bill out where you can self-identify
gender is
without
fluid.
going. Yeah, your gender without going, having any form of, intervention or medical assessment or, nothing. You can wake up one morning and go, shit, I feel like a woman. Oh, I am a woman. Or you're bursting for a piss, you need a wee, and all you can find is a female toilet. You could just go straight in and go, yeah, I'm female now, I need a fucking wee.
So I think one of these big brain Scottish scientists, guys, I honestly think he was just like, this gender fluidity thing, like, it presents a lot of problems. What would be the easiest way just to like nip it in the bud, you know? Just like get to the root of it and just be like, fuck you, you know? And I feel like it's like a negotiation.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about it. How'd you feel about it? Did you feel like it was just too weird, too out there?
It's too out there. I mean, because what's happening now? There's a company in the UK called Tavistock, and Tavistock are being sued now for people who have changed their gender and want to go back.
Oh no! Like their medical company?
Yeah. Where are they now? Is a gender identity clinic for children. Right.
Yes, I have heard of this. Yeah.
Yeah. And they go
Slavistock. That's what they call them.
Tavistock. Tavis.
There's not an L in there.
Tavistock.
Yep. All right.
Is a and the, you know, they're being shut down. You know, because the whole idea was helping, right? And this was about 3 decades ago. You know, going back a long time. You know, it was about helping young people who were struggling with gender identity. But now they're being sued. That tells you something. They're being shut down and they're being sued. You know, so giving people that self-identification without having to, that's just a step in the wrong direction.
Slippery slope.
Oh gosh.
So that's what people in the States are afraid of. They're afraid of the inequalities that already exist between men and women being
I think the inequalities between men and women have now been debunked. They need a new thing.
And that's
whatever
kind of what I'm
these
getting
women,
at.
these
There's
women
but
rights.
there's certain ones that are true, right? There's certain ones that are are on a chemical level, right? Like testosterone, estrogen, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's what I'm kind of getting at is like that's what I feel like they're the people in the States are the most afraid of, is that maybe somebody that was born with one gender will gain some superior advantage over somebody that, like, by transitioning, they'll gain some kind of advantage over the other gender.
I mean, I think it's more men being women is a threat in sports.
Does seem like that's what the trend is. It definitely seems
it does
more
seem one-sided to me, that.
Oh man, I don't even know if I want to tell this story, but
yeah, if you're gonna get cancelled on YouTube, you better not say it though.
man.
You don't want to get into trouble, man. Maybe we need to slow down this story before the woke people come in.
So we knew this couple, right? We the first time I met the couple, we were on like a street walk where they close the streets off and you can walk down, and then they have little booths for all the vendors of all the local businesses. It's a like really cool market. Yeah, open street market. Yeah, it's like it's like a cool concept that they took with some of the roads that are like always filled with cars. And so we met this couple, and it was interesting, like the energy between the couple, you know. And then years go by, and they have a girl, and she's getting older and everything. And the man says, "I want to open the relationship," and the woman's like, "Oh, I don't really want to, but okay." And then the man says, "I don't want to just open the relationship. I want to also change my preference," right? So now he's going both ways, and she's like, "Oh, should I do that too? I don't know, maybe." You know, she's like,
Oh.
and then another year goes by and he transitions. And so she now is like, I want a divorce. So then she is like, another year goes by and now she's like, I'm gonna move.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of other conversations that go on, but it's really clear that, oh man, it's really clear that she doesn't want anything to do with her, the mother. The father doesn't want anything to do. I think he's still the birth father. The birth father still doesn't. The bio dad, as they say,
Mhm.
as my mom used to call my dad.
The fire dad.
The bio dad. Yeah. So it's like, so anyway, so it's like that. I mean, that's their family, right? I mean,
Mm.
but it's just, I always got this impression. Maybe it all comes from within me. Maybe it's not something that I'm, perceiving.
Mm.
But I'm always like, damn, he really did that to get away from her.
That is deep. That is deep.
I
Whatever was going on,
know it's horrible for me to say that.
he wanted her to make that decision to
Yeah,
go for a divorce.
yeah, he really
You
did.
know, maybe he didn't want to be the one to say, "I want one." I don't know.
It really seemed
But
like
did he go through? Did he transition and do
he
all that
did.
stuff? Or
Well, I don't know how far it is gone along, but there's definitely, I mean, that's another thing, right? There's like different, it's a spectrum, right? It's like, there's people that just feel comfortable in different set of clothing and just feel comfortable just being identical. So that gets me back to what the Scottish are doing. And that's what I'm saying is that, like, the Scottish just feel like if you just nip it in the bud, if you just legalize heroin, if you just say, "Oh, crack's okay, but fuck you, you're going to treatment," like I feel like that's like the Portuguese and the Scottish way of being like, "Oh, that sucks, but okay, we accept you,"
yeah,
Cheerio.
yeah. It's just like they're throwing their hands up to say,
That's
you
right.
know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
just do what you want to do, but
But here's
we've
the
had
rules.
enough.
Here's the rules. But here's the rules. We're gonna treat you the fucking same. We're gonna treat you the same no matter what. And if you're
And I
fucking
mean,
up
there
and
is
you're not paying
nothing-
your bills, then we're gonna send you to treatment, and we're gonna get you reformed, and we're gonna make you a productive member of society again. We're gonna re-enlist you back into paying taxes.
I'm not against anyone identifying however they wish, but I mean, it's almost like they want their own complete set of rights from everyone else. Like the completely different species of humans. So they need their own set of rights and their own rules. And it's just rather than, I mean, it was on. What was it? Was it yesterday or the day before where there was a role in the Oxford University, at the Oxford University in the UK, which was women's. It was titled "Women's Something," a liberal. What was it called again? I'll have to have a look. But it had the word "women" in it, and it was to support women within the university. Right now, they had to change the name to remove that word "woman," because now they have to include the whole spectrum of genders available. So they've done that. They've changed the name, and this woman, in a speech, she says, "Well, this is the new name, but we are still supporting women." And the trans, they got vexed. They literally cancelled her. Where she had to start apologizing to say, I'm sorry for saying this. You know, if I find the article, I'll link it to you on Discord. But
General welcoming
I just
message from
thought,
Stat Boss
what
Nine.
has it come to now that where
Master 13. Behave
the
while
university,
reconstructing
this is a
receptacles.
place
That is
where
all.
people are, where people should be free to debate.
So what is an apology?
Now, let me find the article and
But you know what I mean? Like, what does an apology cost? What is the currency with an apology?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
So if you say something like that and you're in jeopardy of losing your stature, like what does it cost you to just apologize to appease the people? Does it cost you credibility? Does it cost you authenticity? Like,
I from how it from how the whole event happened, it's as though you you know, for me, she shouldn't be apologizing. That's what I think. She shouldn't even. It's not even something that she should consider at
I
all.
I
You know, so
right.
apologizing, whilst apologizing doesn't take anything out of you, is almost cementing this
It gives
sort of
legitimacy.
divide.
It gives legitimacy
Yeah,
to
yeah.
their
It gives it
viewpoint. Yeah.
legitimacy. That's
Yeah.
it gives the complaint legitimacy, but it's not something that you should be apologizing about.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, let me have a look now. What is this now? Let's see. I need to find that. Let's see. Let's see what this is now.
Attention. Arcology now in default.
I think it was to do with Professor Louise Richardson. Let's look at that one. Right, when I find the article, I'll link to you on Discord. Oh yeah, I'll link to you on Discord. But I mean, there's so much going on. There is so much going on, and you know, there's this and most of these policies which are being looked at, you know, it's as though they're all poll based, you know, decisions. Let's just run a poll and see what the people. Yeah, well, let's do that then. You know, look at COVID, right? Look at COVID. COVID was the same thing. It wasn't to do with statistics. It wasn't to do with information or data. You know, something broke out, and they go, right, what is this? It's COVID. What do? We
Oh
don't
no,
know.
we know about this. We know about this because we already make disinfectant for this, right?
Yeah. What do? We don't know. And it became like they were waiting to see who moved first. So China said we're locking down, and everyone just followed suit. Let's lock down, bang, 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 bang. It's an apocalypse. It's an apocalypse. You know,
2% of the population is going to die.
Yeah.
All right.
Billions of pounds and dollars.
Oh man,
and
it
being
set us
printed.
back 5 years at least, maybe a decade.
Oh, bro.
I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
Oh my days. They turned those printing machines so damn hard, man. Those things ran for a long time. Those printing machines were running. You know, like you said, it set us back A few years, easily. Easily. You know, people are crying, oh, things are getting tough, tough, tough. Just look at what's happening in the market, the stock markets and all that. You know, I just think everything needs to return to pre-pandemic levels before we know the true value of things again, because everything just blew. You know, the cost of things just, went up. Yeah, especially like luxury goods. Bloody hell. Skyrocketed. Houses, boom, the same thing. Values just climbed up. But the interest was low, but it pushed the prices up as well. Because people had money to spend.
Oh, I'm back. Hold on. What did I miss? What'd you say?
What's the last thing you heard?
Spend. The word spend was the last thing I heard.
No, before you came back.
Sorry, I was being cheeky.
Yeah, because I did go on one, just fucking.
You're railing just now? Now I want to play back. Oh, I hit the replay.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about you, man. I've lost my train of thought.
What were we talking about? Yeah, no, we were talking about
COVID, weren't we?
The COVID. Yeah, we were talking about whether or not we all followed suit with China or not.
Yeah, that was no.
So you think it was just all fall in step, because China's now like building. So here's an interesting thought, right? Like the industrial awakening and like the building in the middle class that happened in the United States that made us a superpower. I guess you could maybe argue that we were a superpower before that. Anyways, is China artificially trying to induce that kind of growth?
Bro, China,
like a bio, sort of threat.
No, China is on some next level shit, man. And I mean, like, the monitoring in that country is changing. Where
right, like everybody's got their
now
phone
you've got your COVID passports, right?
Right, yeah, everybody's got their passport on their phone with the health code, right? Yeah,
right. Yeah, so you've got your COVID passports, right? And you can't get in anywhere without it, right?
Right.
But it's controlled by freaking robots, not humans.
That's all AI driven, yeah.
So if they want to lock you out, they can lock you out from getting anything. If it's that advanced, maybe there's a QR code that you need to scan it to go into the shopping mall. You need to scan it to go to the cinemas. I don't know how far it's gone, but I
recently experienced something similar to this with people, right? But it's analogous. It's an analogy. So I ordered an Xbox from Microsoft.
Right.
And I called Microsoft. I called them over the phone. I talked to them on Hotmail, all that. And I was like, hey guys, you guys say you delivered this, and FedEx says they delivered it, and they took a picture of the person's doorstep, but that's not my doorstep. Like, and you say you sent it to 5200, but you didn't. Like, you say you sent it to my address, but you didn't. So can you help me fix this? And so, Microsoft reached out to FedEx, and they're like, hey, this customer did this, and it's a lovely person in India, and I'm sure they're great. And I told them, I said, look at the picture from FedEx. Now go to Google Earth and look at the picture on Google Earth of my doorstep, and you can see clearly that these are not the two, they're not the same doorsteps. Yeah. And FedEx shouldn't be leaving the package that you addressed to me on my neighbor's doorstep or whoever's doorstep, whoever's the fuck that doorstep is, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, sir, I can't go look at that address. I can't go look at that URL. I can't go look at that HTTP address. I said, that's frustrating. But I understand what you're saying. I understand that you can't subject yourself, make yourself vulnerable to thinking freely. Like,
Yo, don't even get me started with that, man.
right,
You know what I mean?
right. But you
Yeah,
get so
yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm trying to be polite, and I'm trying to like also like have a
Mm,
little fun, and trying to like
mm.
yeah, and I'm just like, so I was like, so I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you, and she's like, okay, great, and so I took a picture of my front door and I sent it to her, and she said, I can't look at your picture, sir. And I said, oh, that's for somebody else to look at, isn't it? And she's like, oh yeah, it's the person above me. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, that's awesome. Right. So it like gets escalated above her. And so then that proceeds for 3 weeks. Literally 3 weeks of every other day, them giving me an update about why they won't tell me where my Xbox is. Because I mean, obviously FedEx has some GPS data and they could like
Of course.
coordinate, right? Because they
Of course
scan,
they
I mean,
do.
they're scanning it and everything, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's obviously a disconnect there that's not going well. And they come back and they tell me, sorry, Mr. Seller, we cannot help you with your problem. Your package is lost. Please contact your credit card company and ask for a chargeback. And I was like,
Mm.
for real? Like, Patreon already banned me? Patreon banned me because I said I was going to take shits and I was going to take pictures of my shits and post them on my Patreon or my OnlyFans. It was a fucking joke. Mostly. I mean, but it would be funny to take pictures of my shits. I mean, I love my shits. I am very proud of my poops. And I don't think there's anything wrong. I mean, there's a problem with you eating them for sure, but there's no problem with me sharing pictures of them. There should not be any problem with me sharing pictures of my poops. Anyways, getting off topic. So
Yeah.
so I was just like, oh fuck, really? All right. So I hit up the credit card company and I put a claim in, and then I sent the picture of the doorstep that it was left at to Molly, and Molly then posted that to Facebook. And within like an hour and a half, 2 hours, she had a response from our next door neighbor, literally the person fucking next door, saying, "Oh, I know whose door that is. That's the person that lives
Wait.
at 4700, not 4600 where you live." And I was like, motherfuck, right? Like, damn. So then, oh man, and then it's a whole nother can of worms, right? So now we're past like the corporate bullshit and like Big Brother and like all that stuff. And now we're just talking about neighbor and neighbor, right? Like a neighbor receives an $800 package that was destined to another neighbor, and they don't fucking report it. They don't call the you know what I mean? They don't call the
No.
FedEx and be like, there's a number on the fucking label. You can just fucking go. And then the dude gives me the package back and says, I opened it up to make sure it says what you it is what you said it was.
Oh, what was he looking for? Drugs?
And then he says it had a weird name on it. My motherfucking name is Thompson Seller. That's my name. Thompson Seller. TOMSONSELLER. That's my fucking name. Ken? My name's not weird. It just fucking is. But that's fine. I think Ken's a weird name too, because I feel like it reminds me of Barbie. So anyways, I was just like the whole time this guy's talking, I'm just like, okay, yeah, you opened my package because why? Oh, you didn't report it because why? Okay. Like, rolling my, like, I'm talking on the phone, so I can just roll my eyes, like, ceaselessly, like, behind my brain over and over again. I was just like, man, like, come on, dude. Like, we're neighbors, dude. Like, stop doing this. And so, here's another thing, man. So, I had a neighbor that was a block and a half down, and he fell while he was shoveling. And he was in a bad state. And we were walking back from the train, and he was just slumped on the ground. And I was like, is that a trash bag or is that a person? And we picked him up and we helped him get back to his house, and he needed an ambulance. And so I was like, I'm drunk and I'm not going to fucking stay here with you, dude. Like, however much I like you, I'm not going to fucking stay here because I don't want to be responsible for your house and a million other things. And he says, okay, well, the guy next door, his name is this. Just go next door and just tell him, and he can come and watch my shit and make sure my door is locked and everything, right? And so I was like, all right, cool. And I go and I knock on that guy's door. And that guy's like he's like an ex-cop or something. But anyways, I knock on his door and he's like, who the fuck are you? And I'm like, whoa. I'm just your neighbor. Yo, Mike fell down. He needs somebody to like hang out with him while the ambulance comes. He's like, get the fuck away from my, and this dude starts chasing me down the street. And I'm like, whoa, like, all right, fuck you. I'm gone. Like, don't call the police. I'm just fucking out of here. Like, hands up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's this whole thing of like people not taking that extra step to think cognitively of, you know what I mean? It's just like, that's where I agree with you. And I know it took me a long time to get there, but that's where I agree with you about the dissonance, the things that aren't harmonious about where we're at right now.
Yeah. It's just there's something off with the direction we're heading to. It just doesn't seem sustainable. You know, it just I don't see it being sustainable. This whole dance, this whole pretense that everything's okay, but you could just feel like there's something brewing that will just explode. And it's like a pendulum. It's swinging one way. It's swinging one way, but it will swing back, and it will take some lives with it. Because
teams will already be moving in on the lock tool. As I always say, one being's ill fortune.
I think it's a constant kind of tug of war back and forth, and and there's definitely this whole like, man, like the whole thing with like stereotyping people and putting people in these boxes and these categories, like it fucking irks the fuck out of me, right? It's like,
oh, bro,
you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not that, like, I am a name. I am that. That's
Person.
my identity, you know?
Yeah.
As you've probably noticed, our gerontology just defaulted.
I'm much more than the
I
sum
don't
of my
give girls'
parts.
ass about the whys and wherefores. Business will go on as usual. That means no panic, no
Being-
I am, however, a slow fucking slim ratio.
brutes, it's like just wanting to be. It's almost like wanting to be grouped. So, I just identify as me. It's just
right.
I mean, I've got some qualities. I've got some features. I can say, right, I identify as a man. I identify as a dad. I identify as a husband. I identify as a construction worker. Or whatever. But doesn't mean that I'm gonna start screaming at it. Oh, I need to be identified as this person. We need our own rules. We need our own fucking government. We need our own fucking hospitals, and we need our own this. We need this. We need this. We need our own rights.
Right.
And I feel, and that's why I said in that statement, we need to move away from this rights bullshit.
Yep.
Right. Another human is giving another human or a group of humans rights. Doesn't that scream control to you?
As the epitome of control. It is the very definition. Yeah.
So why do we scream for rights when we should make life meaningful by taking on responsibilities? Why do we feel we're entitled to things when we should be grateful for things?
You there. Yes, you.
that there needs to be a shift in that story. There needs to be a shift in that mindset. You know, because that's what's just driving this whole thing. I. It's about I, me. You know?
So I was going through
Right.
couples therapy with my wife, and we got into an argument. Me and the therapist, not me and my wife. And that argument was about altruism. And it was about whether or not human beings are capable of altruism, or whether or not every single deed that you do has some kind of base fulfillment within inside of it. So if you're caretaking for somebody else, you're fulfilling a need within inside of yourself to be a fucking caretaker. And I told her that is categorically untrue, and I didn't anticipate any reciprocation ever in my life for anything that I did for my children or my wife after the birth of our children. And that altruism is indeed a thing that human beings are capable of. And she would not fucking let it go.
No.
And so I told her, I said, this is a belief that's like deep within inside of me, that I truly think this is a thing that all human beings are capable of doing and do, and on a daily basis for one another. And and like that was the end of the couples therapy, because I was just like, because she was like, she after she heard that speech, she said, Tom. And I said, no. I shook my head like, it's like, no. And she said, let me tell you something. And I said, no, you won't tell me something. And we're going to leave now. I'm going to leave now. She can stay. She can stay if she likes. I can get a cab or whatever else. But no, we're not going to have that. You're not going to tell me something. That's not going to happen. And it was I honestly feel like human beings do altruistic things for one another every single day.
Yeah, we are capable of doing it 100%. 100%. You know, and we can, you know, have a healthy dose of being selfish as well. You know, there is that healthy, I think there's a sort of like scale. You know, you've got to keep the scales balanced, but it will tilt now and then. You
Absolutely.
know, or 100% capable of being that. You know, and
but
it
goes back to that whole thing. It's like, you know, it's that whole categorization thing of people needing shortcuts to define people and define situations, and you know, everything has to be in its own little shoebox of horrors, you know. I don't know.
I just think they've run out of all the women's rights. They've nothing, you know. I mean, there was a big movement about this whole feminism movement, you know, which I have got nothing against them. You know, they have.
Well, I mean,
They
we're
should be
taking
given. They should be
away.
given. They should be given equal opportunities like men. Yes, but don't
So
expect the 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 equality of outcome. Do you know what I mean?
without it being
So,
earned,
pardon?
without it being earned.
No, I mean they should be given equal opportunities, right?
No, but
Men,
the equality of outcome can't be even unless the performance is equal.
exactly.
Right. So what I'm saying is that argument gets confused if you introduce another variable, right? If you introduce, anyways,
No, it doesn't introduce any other thing. There's it's like saying, right? Are general rules valid? right? They are valid. There will always be exceptions. There are always exceptions, but you can say Nigeria is always warm, which is generally true, right? But is it warm all the time? Now you might get a spate of cooler weather. You might drop down to a few degrees cooler than what it used to be over, say, the last few months of the year. You might get a few degrees drop in temperature. Yeah, it's cool, but in generally it's warm. So, generally you will find that they've got equal opportunities. Well, and I'm just talking about the West now. I'm not talking about some areas. There's some parts of the world where, women, nah, you're not getting nada, but this is mainly to do with the West, where they're really fighting for, women, and you ask them, so what opportunities have men got that women don't have in the West?
The Ascent Group is not just a board, Poon.
So what exactly are they fighting for?
Well, in the United States, it's reproductive rights
Corporation can only
because the Supreme Court took them away in like 38 of 50 states or something. Like 28 of 50 states. So as somebody that doesn't live in the United States, does that
Fine. We'll talk
does
about
that
it later,
shift in the power struggle of America? Does that transcend America and like affect Europe? Like the fact that somebody, you know what I mean? Like, does the scale tip a little bit more in Britain because that happened in America?
Oh, look at you. Positively bristling with ambition.
Well, I mean, that decision to do that it's quite, that's
Quite bold.
quite bold, man. Honestly, to just turn around and say, right, no, you have no right to do it, no more. But it's like taking away what's been given to them, because
they didn't just do that.
Because
they didn't just take away a right. They defined life. They defined what life is.
No one is getting paid, and corpse sickles we can expect.
Like to me, that's even more like mental,
The Ascent AGI suddenly went quiet. Now all local, we're gonna see nutrient and energy shortages within just a few cycles.
I mean, the thing is, these were things that were given, right? When
these rights were given to us because they
wanted to give. It was as though they were giving women sexual freedom.
That's true.
They gave them that sexual freedom because they introduced the birth control pills. Gave them that sexual freedom. They introduced abortion to give them sexual freedom. They even when you've had the baby, you've got the right to give it up for adoption.
You could say that. I just want to say you could say the opposite. You could say, like from a female perspective, you could say that you did that so that you get the male sexual freedom.
Not really, no.
Well, because the morality of it in a Christian nation.
Let me explain. Let me break that down a little bit. It didn't give men sexual freedom as well, because when these women have sexual freedom, what happens is they go for the maybe top 5% men, right? Because women date up. They don't date down. So now they want the top 5% of men with wealth and power, right? Now, what happens now is these men, they've got a field of women they can choose from, right? And when you've got those sort of options, you're not gonna go into anything long term. You're just gonna smash and pass. Because now these women are going for those top men, and what happens to the other? There's more competition for the women, and less competition for the men in the top 5. And what happens to those men not in the top 5? They're left with nothing. And this is a long-term projection. If it carries on that way, you know, these lower earners don't get the women, because all the women, because they're sexually free to do what they want, they'll go for, you know, someone out of reach.
So that's the whole argument about social welfare leading to reproduction, basically. I don't know if I agree with it. I think procreation has more to do with attraction than it does social status. Does that make, like, there's certainly
I'll say
I'll give you a lot about, from a female's perspective, the security that somebody
protection,
in that
security,
right, that's the drivers. Those are the drivers there.
Yeah,
I hear that.
Yeah. And the man with a lot of money does seem to offer those protection,
It's all very clever.
security.
No single cluster is self-sufficient.
It's got to be someone earning more than the woman,
Why? If I can reach
or
agreement with the other
having
bosses,
more resources than the woman does. Because women date up, women don't date down.
attack the meeting, and I want you there if they do.
Men, we date anything. Up, down, sideways, whatever. At an angle, you know.
With everything going on, there's an opportunity to strengthen their
Depends on their
side.
confidence
But I
level.
want all
But yeah,
payouts,
I agree.
including yours, I might add.
Yeah, in general, men date down. You know, and women date up. Well, you know, it's
I don't know, man. I don't think it's as simple as that.
bro. This is in general. This is the generalized
Yeah,
thing.
you're right. But
women wouldn't go
I
for a
always hate
fucking
these
dead
conversations. I always
bitch.
hate the like purely general conversations.
You cannot speak for absolutely everyone. You always have to generalize discussions.
It's true.
Because
It's true.
but
I'm not disagreeing.
when we generalize discussions like this, we also acknowledge that there are exceptions.
Including yours, I might add, have been halted due to the
You know, but the exceptions can't be the rule.
But I'm hoping it'll be a little while before CorpSec realize the magnitude of this disaster and leave their posts.
We call that topping from the bottom.
Very clever. No single cluster is self-sufficient. You're smart enough to figure out why.
Yeah, no, it's certainly true. I mean, that's,
If I can reach an agreement with the other bosses,
you know, it's so I fix computers, right? And I get paid, I don't know, $30-some an hour, US dollars an hour, which is like what, 27 pounds or something. And I do it a lot. I do it 45 hours a week, every week, and some weeks 70 hours a week, right? Because I'm on call and we have 200 customers or whatever. And my wife works as a bartender and she makes drinks, and she makes $36 an hour about, and she works 1 day a week and she works for about 9 hours, and so she makes like $300 to $500 a shift, depending on how generous the people are that come in. Because I know you don't necessarily have tipping in the UK, but we have tipping here in
I know
America.
it's a big thing in the US, tipping. Yeah,
it's huge.
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
So no, she's making bank, and I'm just like, man, the price of companionship is so large, right? It's just like, there's so many of these men that have this wealth that are able to appreciate her, and you know what I mean, like compensate her for her attentions. Meanwhile, I'm doing the grind.
No, but the thing is, I'll tell you, I'll say, these men who are on six-figure incomes,
Right.
right,
It's all
can
very
take care of the
clever.
woman.
If I
She
can
don't have
reach
to
an
work.
agreement with the other bosses,
They're
considering
looking
the way
for.
things have been falling apart
I
these
believe
last few
these
months,
men
we should have
would
seen it coming.
rather have a traditional woman who
Right.
Yeah,
would,
this is the largest
you know.
forward collapse yet on Velis. I expect they're busy ejecting them. First they run the
Oh, and then,
entire
and let me put
corporation
it this
into the
way,
ground,
right?
and then they shut themselves in
When
Skyview
when
lines.
They're looking for
with
authenticity.
no,
That
no
would come back around.
authenticity, no authenticity. What they want, right? What I feel they want now, because I don't know what they want. I'm not earning six figures,
I guess that's
but
what you can
this is
expect from
just,
a bunch of
just
greedy
pure assumption
developers.
there. But I feel they want a more traditional woman,
And you'll need to
you
gear
know,
up. But just
um,
feel free to flop like
someone
any
who
swag
is very feminine, and one of a very strong feminine trait
You must be
is
Pooh's latest pet
agreeable.
Well, but
Yeah.
why do we have to attach that label with it? Like why can't we just say manipulable or malleable or one of those words that means like
Someone who's submissive.
Yeah,
Who's
right,
submissive.
submissive is a good word for it,
That's
too.
it.
Yeah.
Let's go with that one. So they want a submissive woman, right? But I don't think it's in a very tyrannical way. They want someone who they can come in and just smash and boss about and but they don't want that. I don't think they would want someone who would interfere with the decision making, because now when you're in partnership with your woman and she's helping to sustain the house, she will have a say in some of the things that go on in that house, and I think you have to give her that chance.
Have you experienced that?
Bro. I know what I'm saying, right? Right, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you have to hear her out, because she'll be making some decisions in the house. She's contributing to it, and I think it's only fair, because
Absolutely.
the thing is not about power, right? I think true power is the ability to have a bit of play in it. Is this give and take? That you can't take all the time. You've got to give. So she can't take all the time. She's got to give. So there's this dance. There's this play about, But when you're on six-figure income, bro, you don't want to hear nothing. My dinner should get my food ready is there. You get the house sorted. Everything you're getting paid for. Everything is getting paid for. You don't have to raise a finger, right? So you do as I say, and I mean, I'm not trying to steer this towards get on your hands and knees or do 10 jumps or do a frog jump from it's not that kind of obviously I don't wish that for any woman. So.
No, I hear you. The coming to America thing is kind of going off in my head right now.
Yeah, so
I'm on one leg.
But I believe men, at that sort of level, wouldn't want to be with a modern woman. A modern woman is what I mean is probably one raised to be independent. Modern woman is raised to be independent. Most modern women, I think, are raised to be independent. And no, they don't want that. They want a more traditional woman at that age, at that level. But the economy is making it so difficult now that you can't raise a family on one income.
No, you can't. You really can't. You already
So I mean, like on your salary, there's no way you're going to raise a family of 3 on your own.
Not if I stay with the same company. If I play the market against each other, then I can. So like if I can get a certain skill set. So if I can get a certain skill set that's highly specialized and valued, and I can turn that into that, you know what I mean? If I can play the market against itself kind of, then I can manage it.
You mean if you're earning six figures? If your plan is for you, if your plan gets you into earning six figures, I think you're under, you could do it pretty well.
Yeah,
but
no, I'm there, but I feel like my brother-in-law has one child, and he will never reach that, right? He'll never reach six figures because that's not his skill set. So I have an example in my personal circle, in my personal family, that's, somebody that will never ever be able to achieve that kind of financial security, right? He doesn't have any kind of extra, skill set. He works as a waiter in a restaurant. And there's, at some point, he won't be able to function at that job anymore at all, right? So
yeah, that's the
whereas, like, if you're a tradesman, you've got knowledge that's specific to an industry or a skill set that you can pass along, and you can also contribute at the same time. It's valuable.
I mean, there is a cap. There is a cap to what I can earn in this industry, right?
Skill-based labor,
that cap,
right?
And that cap is usually when you go up and you become like a project manager.
Yeah.
When you get to the project manager level, I think that is like, I mean, what you're earning 400, 500 pounds a day, roughly. So 400, 500 pound a day. What's that? 500 a day, 5 days a week.
No, that's good. That's good money.
You're doing $2,500 grand every week.
Yeah, that's good money, man. Absolutely.
So you're getting close to 80 grand a year. Yeah, something like that.
More than that, yeah.
How am I saying?
Well, you know what? We have to pay for so it's more than that for us because we don't pay for NHS.
Oh yeah. I mean before taxes. This is before taxes. So it's £400 a day before taxes.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. So the take home for that in the US is closer to like $120 US dollars. Whereas in the UK it's closer to like 90, maybe. Is that right?
Yeah, good. Yeah. I mean, before tax. If you're working 5 days, let's say you're doing 5 days a week, and in a year, how many weeks do you work? Let's say you're not going to do 52 weeks in a year.
No, you're going to do. In the US, I had 8, so it'd be 51.
Okay, so let's say 50 weeks. Yeah, let's say
51.9 is what it'd be.
50 weeks, so that's 2.5 times 50. Yeah, so you're on like 125 grand a year. At £400 a day. £400 a day. Sorry, 400 a day times 5, 2,000 times 50. So like 100 grand before tax. Once you're earning above 50 grand, you fall into a different tax bracket. So you get your tax-free allowance, which is about 12 grand a year. And then you get, I think it's around, then there's 20%. Then you get a tax-free allowance, which is 12 grand a year. And then you get up to 50 grand. You get, you pay 20. And then anything above 50 grand, you pay 40% tax. So, you get some of that money going to the tax man. He's very happy when you're earning that sort of money. I mean, you walk away with some good money, but I'm just saying, in my trade, in my field, the project manager is like, top end unless you run your own construction business where you can, if you run it properly, you can tap into some serious money. Honestly, you know what I mean? So it gives you that option. You can go self-employed and start your own business and, grow it. Or you can stay within the workforce and you sort of like top out at the project manager.
It's true. It's pretty much the same economic model here in the States. I think it's more attainable to get to the because you have a bunch of free labor coming from Mexico and South America. I think it's more attainable to probably get to that standalone contractor state.
No, see, but like we're saying, just to circle back to what we're saying, that getting running, having a family of 2 on a 50 grand a year job, I think you're gonna struggle, man. You definitely need 2 incomes. You need 2 incomes.
It's horrible. I've like I said, my brother-in-law's in that place right now, and I don't envy anything. His kid doesn't go to school anymore. Oh man, it's so sad. I don't even want to. The more I think about him, the more I'm just like, man.
I mean,
because that's the other thing. It might
have been easier for him over here, because you do get some sort of support from the government,
You get that here. You get that here, but not in a governmental sense. It's more from a community sense. It's more like you connect to, and I think the UK does a really good job of that, of localizing
social
outreach.
care.
The social care,
social welfare.
Exactly. Like they do a really good job of localizing that. And I think in the rural areas, U.S., that's where because there's so much distance, I think that's where the U.S. has a big deficit, is that there's these pockets that are isolated and completely Republican controlled that don't care, right? It's like you chose to have the child, then that's your choice.
That's your responsibility.
That's your responsibility, exactly. And that's that pocket of the nation, right? That's.
Well, the thing is, now this is the thing is this is why I think you find people not wanting to be adults. They want to stay like children forever because there are no incentives. There are no incentives being responsible. It's like there's nothing. There's no one glorifies being an adult.
That's weird, isn't it? It really isn't. Like I'm trying to think of like what my, you know what I mean? Like who my peers are, right? I'm trying to think of like who that would be. I'm having trouble thinking of anybody. Maybe
it is weird though. There's no, what are the incentives of being a responsible person? The government, the people in power, they downplay that. That's being responsible, being an adult. So that's what adults have to be, responsible people making.
They're
judicious.
Not responsible. They're never held responsible for their own decisions, and they constantly resell us to the corporate interests without ever having to endure the wrath of a populace that's fed up with being sold out to the highest bidder. And it's really fucking, you know what I mean? It's like it's the failure point of democracy, right?
Oh yes. That is one of the down with the pitfalls of democracy.
Yeah, it's like these people never get held accountable. As I try to shoot this person in the face. Here to me.
Anyways, enough of this fucking. We're going deep into this talk. What's that only with flipping?
Oh, we
I
talked
said
about
to
too
course
many,
that.
too many
I
topics.
need to get some practice going, man. I've not practiced for 2 weeks.
Kalami,
And
yeah.
it's Kialami is on the 17th, bro.
They reduced it, eh?
What?
That there's only 7 teams.
Really? Hang on.
No, that's what you just said to me.
No, I said it's on the races on the 17th, isn't
Oh,
it?
the 17th of December. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to be done by the 15th. We have to have our calibration done by the 15th. Yeah.
Mm.
So we have to.
No, I
have
can't
to talk
squeeze.
to
I've not been
Toby.
able to squeeze any more times.
We have to get Toby on the practice server to set his times.
Have you set your time yet?
No, I haven't, but I
Okay.
did more practice this week, and I got I was down into the mid 144s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I felt really thank you. I felt really good about that, and it was just really like it's funny how those laps work because they feel kind of slow at times, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it went well.
I've got to try that as well because I find that when I'm more relaxed, or I tend to do better than when I'm trying to push and I'm saying, oh, I've got to like get this turn. But when I just try and aim to have a smoother drive, I just get a decent fucking result. I was thinking, right, so what did I do right? And then I just go, oh, it must have been here. And then I now start to try pushing at that corner where I think I gain so much time, and I start messing it up. I'm like, it's like, I need to. I'll get on it at some point today.
I've got
a few laps.
I've got vacation coming up next week. What's your work schedule look like?
What did you say?
Yeah, what's your work schedule look like next week?
I'm away next week. Week next week. Yeah. I've been working at the cinema in Bristol. It's about 3 hours away.
Oh, that's fun. Is that along the shoreline there, or where's that at?
Bristol is more inner. It's an inner town. What is it? Southwest?
Yeah, is Bristol not by the ocean? No.
No. I mean, it's close. It's close to the ocean. It's close to the sea. But it's not like a coastal town.
They don't have a pier.
But they have the River Avon running through Bristol. The River Avon runs through Bristol. That's as much as I know. But it's a pretty small town. I don't know if it's got a church, so I don't know if it's a city.
Isn't that? I think that's where the Yogscast is at.
I don't know. Well, yeah. So I've been there for this. Next week will be my 3rd week there. So I've not really had time to practice much, apart from just the weekends when I get back home. Today I've got quite a bit to do. I need to, those pull down switches. Those switches with the rope. For I don't know if you guys use it, but we tend to use it here in the bathroom to turn the electric shower on. Mine's busted. So I flicked the switch off on the circuit breaker board, and looked at the wires, and it looks like it had a bit of it got damaged. It damaged the switch. So I, without thinking, I sort of like trimmed off the ends that were a bit, you know, dodgy. But now it's too short to fit the new one in. So I've got to create a new hole and pull the wire down, which will damage the ceiling and all that stuff. So it's a flipping 20-minute job now is a fucking probably more than an hour's job now.
There's a way where you can use a fishing pole to run that line.
I mean, the line's there. It's not like the line's not there.
No,
but
I know. But if you needed to run a new line, there. So are you gonna wire nut it? Are you gonna wire nut it and then make it longer? Is that what you're thinking of doing?
What I'm thinking of doing is moving it to a different location, which would give me
You're just gonna lower
more.
it. You're gonna lower
Yeah,
it.
more length. But that would mean probably have to cut out a new hole in the ceiling.
So you don't. So how do your water heaters work?
Pardon?
How do your water heater? How does it work?
We've got two types. We've got one that uses. I don't know what you mean by inline. It's not a term that we use here. So
is it a tank or is it on demand?
It can be both, but mine is an electric one. So all you do is just run a cold feed into it, and then it heats up the water in the
So we call that
box.
on demand. It's really rare here in the States, and it's very expensive.
I mean, it's for a smaller bathroom,
right?
You know, if you had a
so how that would be done in the States is we would have a water heater, a centralized water heater. And we would natural gas it, and we'd send the water, the hot water from there.
Yeah, so you still call it hot water, don't you? So you turn the tap on, and then there's another one we have which uses like a storage heater. So you'd have your on-demand system, right? But that feeds into a storage heater, which has a heating element that heats the water up.
That's even more rare. That's even rarer here.
Yeah, you get those, but those are for maybe like much bigger houses. So if you had like a 7-8 bedroom house, you can't use, if you call water from the boiler, which is like, far away, it will take time to get there. So what they have like storage tanks with heating elements in that can give you hot water instantly.
They have a coil.
And then, and then you'll have the central heating system, which also like feeds all the radiators with hot water and that.
Yeah, that's even more rare. I loved my radiated heating though. It was so much better for my skin. I have forced heating here in the house. That's what most of us have is forced heating, not radiated.
Forced heating, what's that?
Yeah, that's where we have like a central air system. We have a furnace that's burning an open flame, and then it heats an element, and then you blow a fan over that, and it goes over a duct system to the rest of the house.
So what you burn then?
Natural gas. Almost always.
Oh, right. Right.
Yeah, almost always natural gas. Some systems are propane or like some other kind of gas, but all of the radiant systems, just about all the radiant systems, are old-fashioned oil systems. Because they've been.
Yeah, I suppose for the extreme weather you guys get, you can't really run fucking water in your radiators. They probably end up freezing up.
It's so good it's so good though. Like I said, it's so good. The radiant heating is it doesn't dry the air out because you're not burning. You know what I mean? Like I can just set like a bucket of water on top of the radiator, and I can humidify the house.
So do you have to have a humidifier as well?
Yeah, I do, but I hate running it, so I don't normally because they get moldy, you know. They get moldy, and then all of a sudden your air quality in your house is worse than it was before.
Oh wow.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, trying to solve a problem and it's creating more problems.
It is creating more problems. It kind of goes back to what we were talking about before.
Yeah.
Circular.
No.
So you gonna go work today, or what you gonna do today? You gonna watch the
No, I've
U.S.
just got
build?
to fix. You need to fix the light.
Just that.
And I need to fix. No, I need to fix the switch, and then get a haircut. Me and my boy will go into town. We need some clothes for a party we've got to attend later on. At 5 o'clock. I need to get hold of the lady as well, so I can so I know what to not to get. I'll chat with my boy. You know, as a gift and all that kind of stuff. Get a gift and all that. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty busy day.
The boys and I, we went to the barber shop the other day, and we we went for burgers afterwards. Went for a meal afterwards. It was really nice. Those are the those are the things I'm looking for now.
Oh, nice.
It was a lot of fun.
All right then, buddy. I'm gonna jump off and start my day with some porridge oats and peanut butter, bananas.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, peanut butter and porridge oats with honey and bananas. Lovely, man.
That is lovely. Try a little pomegranate juice.
Pomegranate juice? Where? In the oats?
Yeah, I mix it in with my oats. That's exactly what I do.
Yeah, whatever.
The wife started buying that stuff. I was like, fuck it. Let's throw this in here. All right, cheers.
All right then, bud.
Yeah.
You have a good day. Oh, a good night. It's a nighttime day, yeah, isn't it? You're 6 hours ahead.
Oh, do you know what I'm waiting here for? You know why I'm sitting here right now at 3 a.m. Normally I'd be in bed, yeah.
Fucking hell.
What am I sitting here? Can you think? Can you think of what I'd be sitting here for?
No, like I can't for the life of me think why you sat here fucking.
The United States is playing the Netherlands in the World Cup.
Oh, is it?
And we're gonna beat them. We're gonna beat them in 5 hours. It's gonna be great.
All right then, Paul.
Yeah, bro.
All right, have a good night.
Yeah, I'll be I'll be online all next week. So if you want to hit me up or you need a conversation or whatever, I'll be available. I'll be doing Kalami practice and also some pit skill races.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get a notification on YouTube if you're streaming it, and I'll jump online.
Cool. Hope to see you.
All right. Nice one.
Peace out. Yep. Bye-bye.
In a bit. Bye-bye.
I think it's time for some Dota. I think that's where we're at on the stream machine. The Ascent is amazing. I really, really appreciate Travis. My boy Travis. Appreciate him giving me that heads up on that. That thing is awesome. Ascent is so much fun. And I've had a lot of I think there's a long arc to it, and I think that will be we'll be pretty good with it. Hopefully he comes and plays with us. I got my friends playing Civilization 5. If you guys didn't know, we're going to do a Civilization 5 game on December 30th. So we've got some fun dates coming up. We got December 17th. We got a long endurance race. We're talking like 6 hours, 9 hours. It's a long one. I think it's 9. I think it's a 9-hour endurance race that starts in the morning on the 17th, and then got some vacation days coming up over the next like week and a half, 2 weeks, leading up to the 17th. So we'll do some more race practice and stuff like that leading up to the 10th, and then the week of the 17th is knuckle it down. The 15th of December, we need to have our timing done. So that has to be done on the 15th. My kids are not home, so it is time to play some Dota. I don't know. You know, I honestly don't know. I honestly can't tell you how much more of that game I'll play to Ascent. But if you really, really enjoyed the content tonight, just keep hanging out. Maybe it'll happen again. Maybe magic will strike twice. It's cool to talk with Blivik. That was a really, really, really nice conversation. I hate these. Got these two gift cards I gotta spend. They're cash gift cards, but they've never been tapped. $43 this year. Kind of amazing. Kind of amazing. Still young, right? That's what the old guys say. 43, you're still young. 42, you're still young. Seasonal terrain winner. Oh, I can't wait to fucking put this on. Let's view the new battle report. Report available now. Undying Heart support. 117 games played. 5-5-2. 5-5-2. Shadow Shaman support. It's from the last quarter. Here it goes. The battle report. September 22nd to December 1st. Mild-mannered assistance. 19.1 average assists. 4.4 average camp stacked. 200 ranked MOR delta. 439 average hero healing. 72% win rate. 6 max win streak. Plus 3.3, 3.4. Undying. 4-2 win rate, 66.7%. Grimstroke 3-2, Dazzle 2-0, 100% win rate. Are you fucking serious right now? Overall performance 37-39, 48.7% win rate. Are you serious? I won both Dazzle games? Fucking weird, dude. I don't even want to think about this. Look at this fucking calendar. Look at October, how bad October was. This is when TI was going on. After taking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losses, I was like, I'm good. I'm good for now. I came back 7-8. There's 8 losses. And then we kind of like rallied back and forth through November. Interesting. 72.2% win rate with Crystal Maiden. Crazy. Shadow Shaman was 100% win rate. Dazzle was 4-2. Jakiro was 6-5. Undying was 50%. And I gotta think that the Undying is just, it's just how you counter him. I miss being in a guild. I wish I was in a guild. Yeah. All right. Definitely a Dagon. I flicked out my elbow today like this, and I hit my knee, and I overextended my elbow, and I was like, oh, immediately after it's like, fuck, what did I just do? Shouldn't have done that.
It's your turn to ban, dummy. 5 seconds, Morty. It'll be fine.
Just want to play a little hard support. Crazy. Offlane. Not quite so greedy. Let's see what we get in the safe lane. I'm dying. Dating this song.
Why would I name it?
This is
It's
called
just a piece of
Modern
wood.
Latin.
A really awesome piece of wood, but still.
Huh. Oxygen-rich atmosphere. Giant
No
testicle
worries.
monsters. We'll be fine. Let's party!
Apparently there's nothing down here.
It's in the bag.
You want a bag? I can get you a bag. What kind of bag? It's how I live. What's over here?
Yeah. What's about?
I'm keen. Always wanted to go this way.
Oh my god! The battle's about to start! Relax, Morty! Relax! Come here! Come here,
In
buddy.
time.
Cuddle in. Cuddle in with me.
Anyone know where we're going? Always watch where you're walking. One in the groove. I'm under attack! Time to kill something.
Here we go, Rick! The battle's about to go!
There's something hauntingly familiar about all this.
We got
For the
3?
peddling.
I think we got 2 or 3.
Nah, yeah. No, that way.
Pause it, please. Can you?
No, you can't pause within 3 minutes. When's the last time you played Dota, fam?
This way. Ripper. Get him off me! Just follow my trail. I'm keen. Hey, ow! I'm always on the right trail. It's all on the way. Ever seen someone bleed out in the net? No? Let's get started. Uh-huh.
Hello, I'm Gabe Newell. You've just achieved First Blood. Thanks and have fun.
And for the Dark
What?
Moon.
This way? That's the one. Any blood trails? For the record, I did hit the tree. Hello, tree. Time to kill something? I'll suss it. Probably the right way. I'm under attack! My tails, but I could have been invisible. Uh-huh. Better not catch you littering, bro. Yep. You couldn't stop me. Always a step ahead. Who we fighting? You smell something? When's the murder start?
Really thought that invoker was gonna be middle.
Yeah.
I'm dying at it up.
Heck, how about warm blood? Get him off me! Sure. Yeah. Out of mana. Go this way. I aim to please. Yeah, I see it. Did you see a branch move? Leave it. Always was a bright spot. Well, ain't this cute? Ah! Hey, 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 ow! Just follow my tail. Listen. Yeah.
You get nothing.
Yeah. Yes. Only. Ugh. No. Now you tell me. Got any scrog? Drinking time. Got any scrog?
Maybe she go. Oh,
Always a step ahead.
Gonna get bounty?
Did you see a branch move?
Killing spree.
Was a peddling. Guess it's my shout.
Ooh,
My
dire.
tails
You gotta
are
fortify them their structures. Good
Lost the
work.
Pudge, lost the monkey game.
Now you tell me. Rip and adjust the tree. Gotta
Oh,
pay the
jeez,
till
Radiant's
tax.
courier just got killed.
Wicked. It's how I tail it trailing. Time to kill something?
That distracted them quite a bit.
No worries. That's the one. Yeah, still nah. Fresh out, mate. Get out again. Get him off me. It's more for fun than sport. Anyone know what? I'll lead the way. Honestly, this is about all I need to get started. Who we fighting? Leave it. You smell something? Bounty! Yeah, I see it.
they can buy or have arena.
Just follow my trail. One in the groove. I'm always on the right trail. See my point? Rip roll. Catch one.
A dominating performance.
What is what I do?
Oh, middle tower's under attack.
This way. Not yeah.
Oh, jeez, your middle tower's under attack.
Yeah.
I must have them all.
Oh,
Hey, you
jeez,
wanna
middle
see something
tower's
real
under
cool?
attack.
Yeah. Any blood trails? Yep.
Fucking level 4.
Let's do this the easy way. I'm under attack! I'm king. Nah, yeah. When's the murder start? Get him off me! I'm keen. Not literally, of course.
Oh, come on, the middle tower's under attack.
Don't let him hide me! Listen.
Oh, take a taste of that.
Against the
Time to
slow
spruce
stuff
things
box.
up a bit. Hey, you moved your shot.
He's here.
How you like my rig?
Mega kill.
Yeah.
Double kill.
Fuck, how both of this goes out. What did
Just
you?
follow my tail.
When you
Your middle tower.
well done, good job. You are a good guy.
Sure.
Great, your middle tower. You can't use that anymore. It's gone. Oh boy.
Uh-huh. I'll do it right now.
What a bounty!
You couldn't stop me.
I have no mana. I can try to kill him.
Drop your gold and run along. It's all on the way. Just keeping it loose. I'm under attack. Serves you right. Nah, yeah. Uh-huh.
You gotta get serious.
It's like dire structures are fortified.
What's wrong?
Morty, you're not gonna like this.
That's
Top
fine.
tower's under attack. Oh, sheesh.
Just follow my tail.
Right.
That was a good conversation with Blood too, man. That was really, really cool. And good time. That's a vulnerable conversation to have. Yeah, we all feel like we're
Your top tower's under
about
attack.
to be outed for being some kind of something that we're not.
Plan B it is. Hunt down the
Worth it. Worth it.
Here we go again.
A lot of mid.
Oh, so. Throw it up. You smell something?
Morty, middle tower. I'm gonna look at it. Middle tower's under attack.
Leave it.
Your middle tower's under attack.
Any blood trails?
Oh, come on.
Can you do
Middle
something?
tower's under attack.
I'm under attack! Pause it, peddling.
Not that early enough to start. Just keep stealing that. Going to battle.
Always. Yeah.
Feel the arcane power.
Yep. Got you. Probably the right way.
Sorry.
Did you see a parchment?
You know, Rick, I gotta tell you, my bottom tower was pretty good. Bottom tower under attack.
Got ya.
Killing spree.
Planted.
You'd have done better to clothe yourself in knowledge. For all the good your scraps of art.
Oh, your bottom tower's under attack.
Who's Mars is a
Hey, Morty,
5?
guess what's not there? The bottom tower.
Crazy. A lot of trouble right now.
Your bottom tower's under attack.
Yeah. It's not
Thank you.
Not my fault they don't duck. I'll lead the way. I'm on it. Stupid net. I'm on it. No, this way. Hey, hey,
It's gotta
see
be the
it.
Pudge 5, right?
It's all on the way. Sure.
Oh, geez, your top tower's under attack.
Who we fighting? Nah, yeah. Now to kill some murder. What? I'm under attack! Hello? No worries.
Oh, yeah, your bottom tower's under attack.
Hello, this is Gabe Newell. Thanks for playing Dota 2. Killing double kill. Double kill.
This Pudge is so bad.
I'm always on the right trail. One in the groove. Yeah, I throw some shit. In you go. Got any scrog? When's the murder start?
Look, I'm not
Just
paying
follow my
70
trail.
smidgens for a broken defraculator.
Uh-huh. I'm keen. Anyone know where we're going? A forest from the trees. Now, you look all sorts of wrong. My oh my, now's when we get to the good stuff. My tail's a sail. And always use my trees. Caught you in your stubbies, did we? I'm king. It's how I live. Yep. Nah, yeah.
Yeah, your top tower's under attack.
It's not really my job, too. I mean, it's Pudge's job, so
Oh, your top tower's obliterated.
I'm buying
Way to
plenty
go.
of awards for 4.
Tramping time. I can take the kick. Can you?
Oh, the enemy's middle tower's gone. Serve them right.
Tramping time. Sorry.
My blink is delivered.
I mean, you can just look at the scoreboard afterwards and figure out whether the 5 is buying more awards or the 4.
Yeah.
But don't worry about me. The squirrel will
That's the one.
purchase plenty of awards.
Here's a
Double kill.
What? This way?
It's fucking annoying.
We can.
Hey, hold this towel for a sec. We can make a little fort. All wrapped up for takeaway.
Not build and carry at all, so
Did you see Richmond?
like nothing in my item inventory is what's even this the most slightest sense.
Hey, anyone else feeling like really, really dirty right now? Got you.
Like it be used for farming.
Oh, your bottom tower's under attack.
We have the Pudge, not them.
Time to kill something? Hey, listen to this. Get him up, mate! Got that bone in your eye! I'm done with it. I can't believe you stood
They're fucking under here.
can always
Whoa, they took out the enemy's top tower.
Killing spree.
Nice. Snoop, snoop.
Yeah. Always.
No, no, you're good.
I'll lead the way. Push. Pause it, peddling. Got any scrog? I'm under attack. Like run. You couldn't stop it. You feel really exposed.
There we go.
Hey, you. Anyone know where we're going? No. Now you tell me.
Pudge 5 blaming a squirrel horror for not buying words.
This
It's my arena.
Shameful.
Seconds.
like tails that sail. Hang on, of course. Swim.
Fresh meat.
Oh boy, your top tower's under attack.
I'm king. Just follow my trail.
I can smell the smoke from the bacon. Let's go. See the sun shining from the windows. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. Okay, I know that today'll be a good day. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Drink some.
When's the murder start?
Brush my teeth. Get out of bed and I stretch. Bed in my hair is a mess. Look through my clothes for a fit. Anything I do is drip. Feel like a kid when I'm tick-tock and I still keep it real as it is. I show my age, I don't switch often. I'm just as a dad as it gets. Try taking naps with my kids, talking. I'm guessing it's like how it is.
No worries.
And I can't wait for the weekend. Keep jammies on like I'm a kid. Wake up, get up, stretch my legs. Eat some breakfast, milk and eggs. Brush my teeth up.
So the biggest problem that we're having right now, I'd say, as a society, is just like we've just become too indoctrinated with that fucking global shit. We just need to become more tribal. We just need to like be like, these are the people I support, and these are the people I love, and these are the people I want to be with, and these are the people that I want to see successful. And instead of feeding into that like global, and I know that it sounds so weird. It sounds so weird when some other people talk about it.
Siblings on my nerves, on my nerves again. Summertime go for a swim.
Wait, please.
Winter time go grab a sled. Spring I might need an umbrella. Fall back in school
That's
with
a
my
joke.
friends. Attitude change like the weather. My mom tell me it never ends. Like clocks we evolve in a circle. Every 12 months we do it again. Wake up,
Leave it.
get up, stretch my legs.
That's a good one.
Double kill.
Oh, he bought back? Man, that's good. Jeffrey?
Hooray! The enemy's bottom tower is destroyed. Hooray!
That's the one.
Hey, pat on the back. Pat on the back for this guy.
What's a warning shot?
Yes, okay.
Just follow my trail.
Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my wave. Hop in new, baby, and
Should
slide
I
my way.
make this a ladder or pick a bit
Only time you
of
lie is
defense?
when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my way.
Oh, I missed.
Killing spree.
Take care of my
I
baby
like
like
to
a
swap on the
daycare.
fly.
Just
Baby,
think
slide
we
my
go
way. I play the catch
back.
baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my wave. Hop in new, baby, and slide my way. I play the catcher, baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my way. Throw it like a cyclone. Said she wanna play around with the lights on. Said she wanna play around with my ice on. Lord, when she get to buying like a python. Hop in new, baby, and slide my way. I play the catcher, baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my wave. Hop in new, baby, and slide my way. I play the catcher, baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my way.
Sacred rules.
Who we fighting? Ripper.
Hop in new, baby, and slide my way. I play the catcher, baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my way. Hop in new, baby, and slide my way. I play the catcher, baby, just slide on me. Only time you lie is when you lie on me. Be my forever, baby, come ride my way.
Just follow my tail. Right on. Keep at it. Get stuffed. I'll suss it. You're going to regret this.
It is a lot and we have fights, I have arena. Can you smoke?
Bit wide.
And we go.
Wicked. Yep. Got any scrolls?
Brothers to pause.
Yeah, I see it.
Which is your country? Point to it on a
Go
map.
this way.
On one kill and we go rush. And is a lot. We can fight.
In blood trails.
Somewhere, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know what that horse had against me, but enough's enough.
Go rush, please. Yeah.
Stop me.
We should kill him.
On a killing spree. That's 4 in a row? It's crazy.
Yep. Hands up. Just doing my part. Rack off.
You know, Rick, I gotta tell you, my bottom tower is looking pretty good. 40, bottom tower under attack. Oh! That force field leads me to believe the Dyers have fortified their structure.
More fun. Got heaps of it. Chin up. This'll only hurt quite a bit.
Oh, man, looks like the Dyer got the Roshan just a little bit before everybody else could.
Good game, he says.
I'm king. And get him off me.
You have no resources.
Not yet.
No.
When's the murder start? I've been patient enough. Uh-huh. Watch it. Uh-huh.
Needs vision.
Anyone know where we're going?
Playing in a pretty good bubble right now.
No worries. Takes a sec. Did you see a branch move?
Luna take this hours and they stay behind.
Drinking time. Blood, let's stay in the trees. This way.
Oh, your top tower's under attack.
Maybe my finger got twitchy. Just follow my. Wow! It's all on the.
Oh, your top tower's under attack.
Chill it,
Oh, jeez, your top tower's under attack.
Have a squeeze.
Your top tower's under attack.
They're unstoppable. Double kill.
Good news. I've just saw. Here it is. Pause it, peddling. Look at this crap. Ugh. Don't let him hide me.
Another phase begins.
4, 3, and 10.
Have no mana. Have no mana. Yes.
Ooh, good fucking Sun by Mars there. We're up 14 to 30, 30 to 14 right now. Oh, it is.
You gotta get serious. Top tower's under attack. Ooh, oh, not good.
Vision.
Better not end up anywhere sus. Just about. Wicked. Yeah, I see it. You couldn't stop me. This is exciting, you sneaky little scumbags.
Take this. Dust.
Incoming! It's how I live. Hey, you! Catch one! This way looks clear. Get out of here. You're the right way. What? This way? Here's a happy little fella. Ever seen someone bleed out in a net? No? Let's get started. I'm keen. Open it! Not yeah.
Doesn't even describe
Right.
it.
So the hard way. Yeah. I'm keen. Always a step ahead. Just follow my tail. No worries. Squish things up. You see my flute? Oh, now that there's
So your top tower's under attack.
Killing spree.
Drinking time. I'm under attack.
What are you not gonna like this? Top tower's under attack. Oh, sheesh. Oh, jeez, Rick, the top tower's getting hit. Come on, get with it.
Or something.
You see, baby, I am what I am, and I am what a man, and I have to lie to be sure. I feel
It's hard to get ahead of.
and although I've tried it before, and I try to be more, the reality is I'd have to die to be sure. And I'm not sure you know what it means to me. When I bathe in your rays and they end up cleaning me without demeaning me. Your demeanor on deity. I hope you feel free to be everything you need to be.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
But a verb is an action. It has done.
No.
It has done.
Always knew
Your
I'd
bottom
come.
tower's under attack.
Wait till it's done.
A dominating
Who
performance.
doesn't want to swerve?
Killing spree. Double
Oh,
kill.
yeah, your bottom tower's under attack.
It's really unwinding for me. That's a bingo. Just don't let him hide me. Mate. When's the murder start? Enough yakking. You smell something? No, this way. Ripper. Here's a happy little fella. Yes!
Oh,
My tail's a sail.
go Roche. Next.
Any blood trails? Who we fighting? Did you see a branch move?
See how fast the
Yeah.
fucking Snyder walked away from us?
Isn't that a pretty thing?
Yeah. Just doing my part. One in the groove. Got any scrog? I'll lead the way. It'll go the distance. Eat this. Now you gotta work for it. Uh-huh. Time to kill something? Uh-huh. No reason to forget.
Thumbnail, I guess.
Caught you in that pedal straight. It's all on the way.
Mega kill.
Hang on. Did you see a branch move? It's how I live. A forest
Man, you
from
might
the
as well save that energy because Radiant just fortified their structures.
I'll suss it. One in the
Ooh, they took out the enemy's middle tower.
I'm not opposed to taking an occasional bounty. Wicked. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Tickets to my arena.
Sure. For the record,
Radiant just fortified their structures. You know what I'm talking about?
No, this way. No worries. Why? How? Let's do this easy.
Ah, the enemy bottom tower. It's gone. We did it. Oh, man.
Always a step ahead.
I'm so happy about all this.
We're strong. We can go both
That's the one.
top or sun.
Drinking time. Just follow my
I have no opinions about any of that. Anything that you just said, I have no opinions.
We can go Roche. Or top. We need to have some better.
Not in the stringer. You can't stop me.
Come here.
Now you tell me.
Yeah, 4 a.m. Oh, God.
I'm king. Got any scrog?
There must be like a marina and we can
Leave it.
They're unstoppable. If you were a millennial, I'd say wicked sick.
fight this.
Fight
him.
Don't even looks like I'm the king of mischief now. Yeah.
5 dead.
Paws a peddler. Got heaps of them. Get a bit caught up then? You smell something? Yep. Yeah.
Oh, the enemy's middle tower's gone. Serves them right. Man, oh, man, great teamwork on it.
There's one.
Actually watching this, Morty. Structures.
5, 4, 14.
This I'll lead the way. Now, just follow my trail. Mate, spruce the place up a bit. Any blood trails? When's the move start? Always on the right trail.
Looks like dire structures are fortified.
Ripper. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Any second now.
Go. Top.
Hands up this place. Come on. My tail's a sail. Probably the right way. Nah, yeah. Time to kill something?
We can finish him. Then.
I'm keen. Here's a happy little fella. What? This way? Hey, hold this target for a sec. Yeah, nah. Hang on, of course. Go this way. Now I'm...
Fresh meat.
Double kill.
It's not
Killing spree. Impossible kill.
I had the strangest dream.
Not yet. Anyone know where we're going? Trending time.
Whoa, the enemy's top tower got destroyed.
This one.
Gotta be scrawny. A reckoning.
Perfect. Of course.
Whoa, the enemy's top tower's fallen. The enemy's top barracks just got riggedy wrecked.
It's now I live. Launch it.
Cause for celebration.
This way.
Enemy's middle barracks just got wrecked, baby. That was good playership.
Ripper. Litter rip. Forest from the trees. Fun this way. How you like my
Ah,
red?
the enemy's bottom tower. Gone. Did it. Did you see
Nice.
what they did, Rick? Did you see what they did? Frankly,
Morty,
bottom
no.
barracks wasn't paying attention. Gone.
Oh, snap!
say a
You got
prayer.
mega creeps on your corner, homie!
Hey, listen to this. Yeah,
6, 4, and 14. Not bad.
I can take the kill. Yeah. I'll do that kill too. Go, go, go!
Regeneration.
Get a big refresh down on our spells. There's an Aetherlings into an Octarine of Horror.
Just better risk it. They always do stir up a storm. I'll lead the way. Yeah, I see it.
Ooh, they took out the enemy's middle tower! Ha ha! Ha ha!
Uh-huh. Jeepers! Nah, yeah. No worries.
Dominating, I guess.
Fresh mate!
Yep.
Mega kill. Ownage.
Radiant just fortified their structures! You know what I'm
The
talking
force
about?
field leads me to believe that Dire just fortified their structure.
Oh, the enemy's middle tower's gone! Serves them right!
Oh my goodness gracious, if it isn't, if my eyes don't deceive me, Dire win. In your
Game,
face,
guys.
Morty.
Screw you, Rick!
Good game. 53 to 27. We beat them by 16, 26? 26. 26 kills. We did surpass a cavern challenge, which is good. Played just enough of our hero not to be obnoxious and not steal too much from him. That was awesome. We got 4.5 hours? 4.5 hours till the USA begins. And I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go do that USA thing right now. I love you guys. Peace out. I'll see you on the flip side.